Now, how long have you been doing karate? You said you left it in 20?
2005. I started karate when I was 6 years old, and I left it in 2005. I was about 16 years old, and I recently joined in 2022. So I didn't make the first national team, but now it's my first time in the national team. But soon, next year, I'm gonna go to veterans, a little bigger category. So then I'm out of the senior squad.
Cool. Now tell us, this is quite a very prestigious competition. Is it mainly because it's countries that competing against each other, or is there other reasons why it's such a big competition?
For Region 5, it's a big competition because of the different SADC countries that come together to show the arts of karate. And we need to attract more people to karate because it's quite a nice, enjoying sport as well as all other sports. As you can see, people are cheering for kata. The katas is a flow of movement. You're showing the tradition of the karate. Tomorrow you will see the sports of karate. So it's quite very interesting.
Now, Warren, who is the favorites? Do you think to be on the lookout for here in the competition?
For tomorrow, I can say there's quite few good guys. Like I say, Botswana is they have a strong team. Don't forget South Africa with their speed. Angola, very accurate on their techniques as well. But then you come to Namibia, we have a few very good international athletes that went to Morocco and all that countries, so they built up their experience very well. And I can say Namibia will do us proud.
Awesome. Now there's a sort of anticipation in the room. We're getting ready now for the finals here at the MTC Dome. This is now the finals in the Kata.
Yes.
Yes, I mixed up the letters. You see what I did there? So, what are we going to see here on this? This is like the best of the best that's going to compete against each other.
Yes, this will be the best of the best. This is now where the tension starts. You will see all the focus of the athletes now in the finals. How more they will be focused, the breathing will be more intense, the techniques will be more polished. So you will just see the best of the best in the finals.
So it's different age groups, or is it? Please, yeah.
It's a different age groups, from the smallest group of 10 to 11 years in their weight category up to the seniors.
Wow, so we can definitely expect some great action
Yes.
here on at the MTC Dome. Now, if you're just joining us, we're coming to you live from the MTC Dome in Swakopmund. It's the Region 5 Karate Championships, and we are, this year, Namibia is the host of this prestigious competition. Now we have athletes from Angola, from South Africa, from Zimbabwe, from Zambia, from Botswana, technically all the SADC countries, if I can say that.
Yes.
So we're coming to you live and we're getting ready for the finals in the kata. And there is the different age groups that's going to compete here against each other. Now, I have two very distinguished gentlemen here with me, and they are, I would like to say, veterans in the karate, in the karate field, sitting here with me, and we're just chatting a bit, giving a bit of background of what's happening here at the MTC Dome in Swakopmund, a bit about the sports itself. Now, if we talk about you just said, Warren, that we have some great athletes, international athletes, or that competed on an international platform. Will Namibia be seeing more of that in the coming years?
Yes, you will see more of Namibia competing in the international competitions, as there's still a lot of more international competitions for this year. So the next competition internationally will be in Italy, and then it will be in Bangladesh. So there's still big hopes for our Namibian team, and we know they're gonna go make us proud as well outside the country.
Definitely. Even just being outside of the country already makes us proud at the end of the day, whether they come home with a medal or not. Now, we were just chatting a bit about the sport. Now, aside from these two competitions or disciplines that you find in karate, what else do you get? I mean, it's the kata, it's the kumite that's going to be tomorrow. What else do you get? Because I think there's a lot more.
Okay, so in kata, you have the individual katas. It's where they are going one by one to perform the kata. You have teams kata, is where they will be in a pair or three. So meaning that they will perform the kata by synchronizing the moves together. After that, they do have a bunkai. Bunkai meaning now they will demonstrate the moves of the kata, how it's the defenses and the attacks of the kata.
Okay. And the kumite that's going to be tomorrow, is there also some disciplines under that umbrella?
On the kumite, like I said, we have a criteria that we are working on. So you will be seeing warnings if they hurt each other or if there's contact. There's warnings that will be given out. So tomorrow's kumite will be more like you have to be more flawless on your moves, quick. You have to think fast it's like touch without before being touched. That will be tomorrow.
Okay, that will be tomorrow. Now, Team Irongo is going to be live as well tomorrow from 12 to 3 o'clock. We will also be bringing you the live action from the Region 5 Karate Championships that's happening here in the at the MTC Dome in Swakopmund. Now, Warren, tonight is the opening ceremony, the official opening ceremony. What's going to happen there tonight?
I think the opening ceremony is just the introduction of the different delegates, the ministers, the government representatives, as well as the senior referees and the senior executives of the Namibian board and the various boards. Also, we'll just have. I'm not quite sure if we're going to do the singing of the national anthems, which should be done, and then an official bow, which is just a Japanese custom, traditional value where you do the bows and respect to each other. That's it. That's what's going to happen at the opening.
So tonight we're going to see who's the woo behind the karate sports here in Namibia. Now, like I said, we're coming to you live from the Region 5 Karate Championships that's happening here at the MTC Dome in Swakopmund. Now, we are currently getting ready for the finals that is in the kata here at the MTC Dome in Swakopmund. Now, what you are going to be seeing is the best of the different countries here that's competing against each other. But we are quickly going to take a trip to the marketplace and just keep you a bit in anticipation of what's to come. We'll be right back after this. Hello, Miss Eisner. Yeah.
How far does care go? Does it touch one person's life? Maybe two. Or does caring for one person touch the lives of a whole family? Maybe it goes beyond a family to friends and the greater community too. At Mediclinic, our care goes further than you think to enhance your quality of life. Mediclinic, expertise you can trust.
Beat the winter chill with sizzling hot deals on stylish tiles, breathtaking mosaics, modern bathrooms, sandware and accessories. There's never been a better time to shop at Union Tiles. The Union Tiles Winter Warmer promotion is on until 7 July. Go to uniontiles.co.za. Find us on Google and connect with us on social media. Union Tiles, style and quality you can afford.
The Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism, in collaboration with the Namibia Tourism Board and the Ondonga Traditional Authority, will be hosting the Itotha Carnival at the Kangonde Sotpan in the Oshikoto region from 27 June to 1st July 2024. Expect a fun-filled weekend including traditional dishes, cookout competitions, totem parades, traditional games, horse riding, skydiving and quad biking. Accommodation facilities will be available at cost. The Itotha Carnival, celebrating our ancient heritage.
Hello? I'd like to report a possible case of copper cable theft.
Irongo Red is looking for heroes like you to help stop copper cable theft. It's a crime that affects everyone. Call 96000 toll free or 081 144 2373 to report suspicious activity. Irongo Red, power to the people.
Hi Sonia.
Hi Tufani. What are you reading?
I'm reading about the Child Care and Protection Act. In this pamphlet I got from school.
What's that?
It is Namibia's main law for the children and the issues affecting them. The Act classifies here that a child is anyone under the age of 18 years. Check out some of the rights meant to protect you. For more information, contact the Children's Advocate.
For more information, contact the Children's Advocate Namibia in the Office of the Ombudsman on 061 20 73 111. Send us an SMS on 20401. SMS costs 40 cents. You can also send us a message via our Facebook page. Remember, the services of the Children's Advocate are free of charge.
Are you tired of just hanging around at home while waiting for something to do? Check out eticket.diary.my.na for what's hot on the social scene across the country. Or if you're arranging an event you'd like us to feature, contact Jareen at we.com.na. We can sell your tickets too.
Yes, Alula Gold Kid.
Super tasty.
And it's super good for you. Super good for immunity, brain, growth needs, and tummy.
Super nutrition for super kids. Alula Gold Kid.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
Newsprint Namibia is a web offset printing operation that specializes in the printing of newspapers and commercial inserts. We are the leaders in our industry with the highest quality print work and the shortest turnaround time from computer to print and delivery anywhere in the country daily. Newsprint was established mainly as a newspaper print company, but had to diversify its business to do commercial printing as required in the market. We print commercial inserts previously printed in South Africa in the shortest possible time. We, as an organization, also started printing workbooks for our education system and will also print textbooks for the Namibian market. For more information, please contact print@newsprint.com.
How far does care go? Does it touch one person's life? Maybe two. Or does caring for one person touch the lives of a whole family? Maybe it goes beyond a family to friends and the greater community too. At Mediclinic, our care goes further than you think to enhance your quality of life. Mediclinic, expertise.
Beat the winter chill with sizzling hot deals on stylish tiles, breathtaking mosaics, modern bathroom sandware and accessories.
Where we're moving into the driver market, which was going to be a point of discussion this entire year. The moment Lewis Hamilton announced his departure from Mercedes and announced that he was going to Ferrari, we knew that this musical chairs was going to be set off. If you're new to Formula One, this is something that happens. It's almost as if there's a pyramid, and if one driver moves, it's like one of the blocks is being pulled out from the bottom of the pyramid, and then everybody moves around, or the majority of drivers move around. Roughly half of the teams still have a seat open. Lance Stroll earlier this week saying in the media that he intends to stay with Aston Martin. I don't think there were a lot of people who were expecting him to not stay with Aston Martin, but he hasn't been officially signed to Aston Martin as of yet. Sauber have very, very, very shockingly signed Nico Hülkenberg, and they still have one more seat left. So the question is, will they keep Zhou Guanyu or Valtteri Bottas, or will they sign somebody else to that seat? One of the contenders for that seat might just be Carlos Sainz. James Vowles, the team principal for Williams, has said that Carlos Sainz would be this perfect match for Williams, and it's them or another team. And some fans believe that that other team is Sauber. Haas also currently has no driver lineup, although the indications very strongly point toward Ollie Behrman, especially given the stellar performance he gave when standing in for Carlos Sainz in Saudi Arabia and ending in the points. Visa Castrop Racing Bulls, last year they were known as AlphaTauri, now they're VCARB. VCARB have let fans know that they've re-signed with Yuki Tsunoda, but then the questions are, what happens to Daniel Ricciardo? Daniel Ricciardo, one of the older drivers on the grid, and I'll get to the age of drivers in a bit. He's one of the older drivers on the grid, and Jacques Villeneuve, very, very notoriously at the Canadian Grand Prix, ran his mouth a little bit talking about how, why are we keeping Daniel Ricciardo in Formula One? You make an effort to improve a car for a driver, make driver-specific improvements for a driver like Lewis Hamilton, who has proved that he can win championships and he will win championships and he's one of the greatest out there. But you don't make that effort for a driver that's just plain and simple not making the cut. This conversation about Daniel Ricciardo has been around for a very, very long time. Daniel Ricciardo, if you don't know yet, he used to be a Red Bull driver, decided to leave Red Bull, went to McLaren, went to Renault, went to a number of teams, and famously didn't really deliver at those teams. Then he was signed as a reserve driver for Red Bull and was moved to AlphaTauri when AlphaTauri booted Nick de Vries last season. So he's been at AlphaTauri ever since. And then he hurt his wrist and he couldn't be in an AlphaTauri. He was at AlphaTauri, but he couldn't be in an AlphaTauri. And that brought us Liam Lawson, who famously knocked Max Verstappen out of Q3 in qualifying and outperformed his car tremendously. Liam Lawson has been very vocal about wanting a Formula One seat, about not being able to just let it go and let him not being signed, roll off his back and having somebody else be signed. Daniel Ricciardo, also one of those drivers that fans are holding on to because he's a legacy, because he's had these phenomenal wins and these really high highs in the sport. But a lot of fans have been questioning him ever since last year because he just hasn't been delivering the results. Liam Lawson, however, is not the exception. There are a number of drivers in junior formula who are knocking at the door, who really want that Formula One seat. They are ardent to be a part of this very, very famous grid. They want to be there. They have the talent. They've proven that they have the talent, but they're just not getting a seat because there's not a space. And that brings about a lot of lines for discussion, and one of them being drivers' age. Daniel Ricciardo well into his 30s, Lewis Hamilton well into his 30s, pushing his 40s, Fernando Alonso over 40, and there's a question as to whether an age cap should be introduced for drivers. The pros of an older driver is that they have experience. They understand the different tracks, especially the legacy tracks, those old tracks, the European tracks. They understand them. They have the experience in them. As much as our simulators are incredibly accurate, there's nothing like sitting in the car and feeling the G-force on your body. So they have that experience. Fernando Alonso has made his experience count for him on multiple occasions. It shows in his driving style. It shows in the documents that come out of his stewards' meetings. You can tell that this is an incredibly experienced driver. But more than, the stewards and the driving, understanding your car, understanding the motor beneath you is very, very important, because the driver has to communicate that information back to their engineers. And that's the only way that a car really improves. Yes, you have data, but if your driver's experience is different from your data, who are you going to believe? Data can sometimes be wrong in Formula One. So there is a discussion to be had there, because you need that experience. Formula One is known to sort of set the pace for development of road cars and consumer cars, as well as various other mechanisms and machines. So are you willing to give up and stunt that development in Formula One that trickles down to a consumer, so that you can have more talent coming in? Does having more talent coming in mean something? The whole shtick about Formula One is that these are the 20 best drivers in the world. And if you introduce an age cap, then these are the 20 best drivers in the world who fall within a particular age cap. So that's a discussion to be had, and you can really discuss to one way or the other. It's also not the only discussion that comes from this massive pool of talented rookies who are knocking out on Formula One's door and have no place to go.
And we thank Irene Marie van der Walt for that opinion piece. Ari brings us the international sport news in globe-trotting after the break.
From the day you were born and welcomed until your pensioner years on this earth, your life is filled with changes and phases. What mattered the most at age 10 may be an unknown memory at 25. The heartbreak at 16 may be replaced with wedding bells at 27. The degree you've always wanted or starting your career business may come true at age 30. And the dream to own your own home may come to realization at age 50. Whatever stage you find yourself in, whatever matters right now, Standard Bank has what you need to bank like you. Choose your own path. Choose endless possibilities. Standard Bank, it can be.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with golf news first on the women's tour. It is one of the 5 majors being played in the year. It is the KPMG championship that's being played in the United States in Seattle, and it is first round leader at the moment Lexi Thompson of the USA. She announced that she's going to retire at the end of the year at age 29, but she's playing good golf, 4 under par leading, and then just 1 shot behind her is number 1 in the world Nelly Korda. She played 3 under par for her first round. Also good scores from Leona Maguire. She's from Ireland, 2 under par, and then South African Ashley Buhai. Ashley Buhai had a 1 over par score, but she's tied for 36, so she's won with quite comfortably within the cut line at the moment, and hopefully she can make the cut. The final round will be played on Sunday. On the men's PGA Tour, it is the Travelers Championship taking place at the moment. First round also done there. American Tom Kim, a good first round, a low round of -8 in his first round. Ricky Fowler just 2 shots behind him, also of United States. Then the world number 1 player, that's Scotty Scheffler. He came in with a 5 under par score, and Will Zalatoris also playing good golf, 5 under par. And then South African Christian Besaidnout still playing good golf. He had a good US Open recently as well. He's a 4 under par, so he's in contention. That's the Men's Travellers Championship. On to cricket news. The T20 Cricket World Cup continues in the West Indies. Some of the results of yesterday: India beat Afghanistan by 47 runs, and it is India batting first, 181 for the loss of 8, and Afghanistan bowled out for 134. Then also Australia, they played against Bangladesh, and the Duckworth-Lewis system was there needed because it was raining in the second innings, and it was Australia that beat Bangladesh by 28 runs. The big news of that game was Pat Cummins taking a hat-trick, only the second time ever in the T20 World Cup that a hat-trick was taken, and so it was Bangladesh bowled out for 140, or they got 140 for 8 in their allotted 20 overs, and it was 100 for the loss of 2 when the rain came down for Australia, but it was enough for them to win on the Duckworth-Lewis, and David Warner was the best batsman for Australia. He had 53 runs off just 35 deliveries, unbeaten runs. And to conclude today's international sports news, it's Euro 2024 soccer tournament that's taking place at best 24 teams in Europe are playing, and a big result for Spain, beating Italy by 1-0. That was in Group B, and they're leading Group B now, and they're through to the playoff rounds, and it's still Italy that needs to beat Croatia to go through. It was Riccardo Calafiore that scored an own goal, unfortunately, for Italy. That was in the 55th minute. Another game played was England that played against Denmark, and it was a 1-1 draw. Not a good result for England. Harry Kane scoring for England in the 18th minute, and then it was Casper Dumont that scored for Denmark in the 34th minute, 1-1. So that's lots of pressure now on England. England need to beat Slovenia on Tuesday if they want to go through to the playoff rounds, although they're leading at the moment. And Denmark plays Serbia. If Denmark beats Serbia, they will also go through to the playoffs. So that will be played on Tuesday. Denmark versus Serbia, and England against Slovenia. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day and sport weekend, and we talk international sport again on Monday. Goodbye.
And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Thank you for tuning in and unpacking the world of sports with Sports Wrap. From me, Glenn Rashipura. Until next time.